tank off as well. I'll keep this as a cold storage room. Cellulose type insulation. Typical homeowner is looking to make his or her home more energy efficient, so they're usually in some process of thinking about doing renovations. Most of the houses that we do are in the 1950s to 1970s range. We will go around the house, measure the house, take photographs of the house, and determine what the insulation values are. The ecoENERGY retrofit and grant program does seem to motivate a lot of people to install high efficiency furnaces and hot water heating systems into their home. If you have that older furnace in your house, like this client here, he's taken the advantage of the ecoENERGY program, called us in, he's been proactive. You don't want to wait for it to break down. The furnace would be probably one of my top changes because of the 30-35% improvement on energy efficiency. This is old technology. Really, if you're going to be investing in a furnace, you investing for the next 20 years or more, make sure you invest wisely now, because that's what you're going to get stuck with even if energy prices rise. When we look into the attic, what we're looking for is the type and depth of insulation that's there. And this is what you call very, very low-hanging fruit, because it's so simple to upgrade, so inexpensive, and there's $600 a grant available for it. This cellulose type insulation, okay, I'll be lucky to say there's 3 inches of it, so we're talking maybe an R9 worth of insulation that we have up there right now. So you need to go up to an R50 insulation, and that'll take you up to $600 worth of grant. I would not be surprised that it will only cost you about $600 to do the work. Types of insulation really doesn't matter to me. If it's fiberglass, cellulose, there's rock wool, there's a number of different types. All we are interested in is the total R value. Windows are not a big energy saver, so just because the windows leak doesn't mean you have to change them. You can put that cellophane on the outside, seal that up that way. You can do different caulking, you can change in weather stripping. By changing the windows, you're really changing the type of glass that allows heat in or allows heat out, and not allowing heat out. But you can deal with air leakage independently. All right. This is part of the blower door test that we're doing now. This part of the test, we're measuring the air leakage in the house. What we're going to do now is go and see if we can find some of those air leaks. What we've done here is we've got an equivalent to a 30 to 35 mile per hour wind hitting the house in all directions equally, but you could also do similar sort of testing on your house. Just wait for those windy days and walk around and try and pick up where the air leakage is. And of course there's cold air blowing down there. Lots of air leakage from those. So if there isn't any air leakage, it would just slowly dissipate. See how much air is coming in there? Even the standard electrical boxes for light fixtures will leak. And again, if you're redoing the insulation in your attic, that's a good time to get access to those. So the way the program works is you can pick and choose anything you want from here, also from my list as well. You have up to 1.5 years to do any of the upgrades. Once you've done them, you call us back. We do a follow-up assessment and we verify the changes. Just make sure you're always complying to the rules and regulations that are in here.
Yeah, that means 92%.
Must be 92%, must be Energy Star rated. We write up a report that goes out to the client, giving them that action plan. The client then has 1.5 years to do any of the upgrades that they choose to do. They don't have to do everything we've recommended. They can do them themselves, they can hire a contractor, as long as it's done is what we care about.
We just go step by step.
Step by step, but make sure you're reading this each time, and I also recommend that you show this to your contractor each time, saying this is what you want, and make sure they're quoting you according to this, because when we come back, all we want to do is be able to prove you've complied with what's in here, and if you have, then you get the government grant. Make the phone call within an 18-month period, and we'll do the follow-up evaluation. We'll fill out the grant form and send it off to Natural Resources Canada, and they will issue the check.
Great.
The ecoENERGY rebates or grants may be the main motivator to get people to actually call and have a look at what grants are available. But once people start looking at the dollar value, it's not the main reason that they go through with the process. It's that education, having the action plan, and really as an advantage they get that extra government grant.
I thought better to go to the professional which is certified by Canada, right? So that they will give me a good recommendation.
We may be looking at something more energy efficient simply because we're more aware now.
As you know that energy prices are going up and up and up, right? So it will help me in long term.
So lady, your house really sucks. What about that bulldozer?